Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for being here and listening in. Again, I'm joined here by Dr. Alexander Scott, Tom McCarthy, Executive Director of the state's COVID response, Education Commissioner Infante Green, and Commerce Secretary Pryor to share some of the updates week over week. Also, again, our nominee for Sabina Matos is here as well, which she'll be continuing to be updated. Hopefully today she's got her first hearing with the Senate committee, and next week we expect that to be confirmed. And then next week when we're sitting here on Thursday, Sabina will be our Lieutenant Governor. We're making great progress. I think that you've seen a number of the reports. New York Times ranks Rhode Island 9th on first doses administered, second individuals fully vaccinated, second and third in doses used. We've opened 3 new vaccination sites this week: East Providence, Johnston, and Woonsocket. I visited yesterday in East Providence, a regional site, municipal leaders, with Bristol, Warren, Tiverton, and Pawtucket joining East Providence. Right now, 97% of Rhode Islanders have access to vaccinations within a 15-minute drive. And over the last week, I visited vaccination sites in Middletown, Wesley, and East Providence, just like I mentioned. We continue to see continued positive response from our residents in the state. And we want to thank all the municipal leaders in particular for their staff and volunteers who are working side by side in this effort to get people vaccinated in the state of Rhode Island, along with our EMA, REMA, Emergency Management, our National Guard, with the leadership with Tom, General Callahan, and Tony Silva, in conjunction with working with Dr. Alexander Scott to make sure that we're doing it safely. So we continue to accelerate the eligibility timeline. This week we opened to 50 and older. Next, on April 12th, is 40 and over, as we said last week. And then quickly we'll be converting to 16 and over on April 19th. By May 15th, we expect 70% of Rhode Islanders age 16 and over will have at least a partial vaccine protection, where June 17th, we expect 70% of Rhode Islanders age 16 and over to be fully vaccinated. To reach these benchmarks, we need everybody working and agreeing to get vaccinated, so we're going to continue to make sure that we make that an emphasis in all our work. The first round of notifications went out to Rhode Island's vaccine interest notification list this week, and I want to encourage Rhode Islanders to continue to get on the list so you can be notified when a vaccine becomes available, and you can sign up at portal.ri.gov. Right now, Rhode Island is ranked among the top in the nation for vaccinating seniors. That ranking is something to be proud of, and I thank everyone who has helped get us there. We're also getting more of our vulnerable communities and members of the BIPOC community vaccinated, which is our Black, Indigenous, and people of color. Over the last couple of weeks, there's been a big effort to increase outreach accessibility with these populations. So any community that we're not meeting or exceeding the percentage of population against the vaccinations, we're going to make sure that we put a big effort in there. And we are doing that right now in this community, because there is a spread. Right now we have less vaccines going to the arm than the percentages that those populations actually represent. We will be working in the same measure with the men and women right now. 60% of women are getting vaccinated, 40% of men. We can't have that continue and get everybody vaccinated in the state of Rhode Island. So we'll be working on that as well. So we're going to continue to work additional news on the high-density community strategy, which targets hard-hit communities. Eligibility will be open to Rhode Islanders age 16 and over in certain zip codes over the next several days. Tier 2 high-density community eligibility will open up on Friday, April 9th, for all of Woonsocket. And Tier 2 high-density communities eligibility will open up on Monday, April 12th, for certain zip codes in Pawtucket, West Warwick, Providence, Cranston, North Providence, East Providence, and Johnston. So you can visit covid.ri.gov/vaccination for more information on eligible zip codes within these communities. And we're also glad to share today that proms and graduations will happen this year. In just a moment, Dr. Alexander Scott will walk us through what that looks like, but that is good news, and I know that the schools and all the students in the schools are looking forward to that. So there's a lot to look forward to, but there's still a lot of work to do, a great deal of work to do. Next, we'll take a quick look at our vaccine numbers for the last week. Almost 268,000 Rhode Islanders have been fully vaccinated. We've administered more than 500,000 doses in the last 3 months, and we have the capacity to vaccinate even more. Again, our capacity is to do 160,000 shots in any given week, and I believe that we'll even expand on that over the coming weeks as more supply comes in. Point of information, tomorrow at 5 p.m., just over 20,000 vaccination appointments will go live. You can register for an appointment online, vaccinateri.org. There'll be 20,000 vaccination appointments that will go live tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Finally, we know that all Rhode Island is still in a race against the variant, and we still have to be careful about our case counts, our hospitalizations, and proceed with caution. But there is a lot of motivation right now, so we can enjoy a lot of momentum. We're very motivated to get people vaccinated, and we're going to enjoy a real 4th of July. So we expect that there'll be parades and fireworks on the 4th right here in Rhode Island. And I'll end with this message to Rhode Islanders. The fastest way through this pandemic is getting shots in the arms. And so don't miss your shot. I carry with pride this card, which says that I have been fully vaccinated. We want every person in Rhode Island to be able to carry this card that they have been fully vaccinated. So that's a really important thing that we want to make sure there's our objectives. We will vaccinate the Ocean State and get back to the kind of Rhode Island summers that we all enjoy. Before I wrap up, I just want to acknowledge that in addition to COVID-19, which is our top priority, there are many other critical issues that are facing the state of Rhode Island. So our team will be setting up a regular press conference to discuss non-COVID topics and take questions starting not next week, but the week after Sabina is sworn in. Both the Lieutenant Governor and I will be there, and we'll have more details to share soon as we plan to start this in the next week. Not next week, the following week we'll have that open press event, and we'll be talking about those issues that we know are really important. Today we'll talk about COVID, but we want to make sure that there's information that's flowing throughout the state of Rhode Island, these critical issues that we're dealing with day to day.